everybody, happy Sunday. It is June 21st. My name is Socknu, aka Socks, that's the name, Socks in the Garden. I am in Washington State, Zone 8B, so I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and I live in the city, but I have this nice little fenced off microclimate back here that I have my version of a food forest. I'm a renter, so all my plants are in pots. That way, one day when I find my forever home, I will take everything with me. So, anyways, before it gets hotter, because right now it's 10 in the morning and it says 64 degrees on my phone, but all my garden temperature gauges say it's more like 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. So it's heating up pretty quickly and it's supposed to be 80 today. So since I'm out here anyway, why not do a garden tour? Because I don't think I've done one for 2026 yet. So this might be a little bit longer video, but for those of you who are interested in what I got going on back here, which is a lot, so please don't judge. There's so much work that needs to be done. And oh my gosh, I have not kept up on weeding this year because, you know, I do everything myself in the garden. This is all me. So anyways, let's flip the camera around and show you what I got going on. Okay, so where to start? Well, here's the overall layout of my backyard. So this is it, full 360 here. So let's start with veggie stuff, I guess. Oh, this is my cool little grow tent that Joey built for me like 5 years ago when I first started gardening. And right now in here, I'm trying to propagate some elderberry cuttings. Well, this was a rooted cutting I bought off of Etsy. This one is a Florida elderberry I got off of So Exotic. But these three guys, these are an unknown variety of variegated elderberry that I just happened upon when I was out taking a walk after work one day and met a couple cool folks, Russ and Steph, and I have a great love for variegated plants. When I asked them what it was and they said it was an elderberry, I was totally stoked. So they gave me some cuttings to bring back and I think they're taking, so that'll be really cool. So here is my square foot garden bed with crazy cilantro going wild and some parsley, and I just have a few things in here, which are green onions, some peppers, and my tomatoes that I grew from seed. Those who watched, I sowed them on April 30th at the same time with what I thought would be my winning watermelon seed, but my watermelon seed never germinated, so I am out of the count, you guys. But anyways, my tomatoes are in here. I have a couple more tomatoes right here. I got the Super Sweet 100 sun sugar here. I got some sugar snaps in 5-gallon buckets that are dying out. But man, these things are so yummy and juicy. Oh, yummy. Excuse the crunching. This is my, so juicy. This is my little strawberry bed. I've been trying to grow strawberries for like the last 5 years since I started gardening, and I am just horrible at it. But my husband built this little raised bed just like he built those things. So here I say that everything in my garden is done by me, but my husband Joey, since I started gardening, found that he has a love for building things. So he's made me all kinds of custom stuff for my garden. So this here is a strawberry bed, and I am proud to say, you guys, I actually get strawberries now. And it's cool because it's all like hidden from the birds and things. So every day I've been coming in here and just, you know, picking strawberries, and I'm just really excited about that. You guys don't mind if I snack while we're doing this, right? So this is kind of the back. This was my thrown together winter tent that I put all my tropicals in. and I had it unheated for the entire winter, and all my subtropicals came out just fine. This is my multi-grafted pear tree, which has never given me fruit because it just gets fire blight every year. But I also have lilies in here, so pretty soon it's going to be a beautiful showing of lilies. And I might actually just get rid of the pear tree itself because the Asian pear tree has never produced, and I got a couple new Asian pears this year. This is a Shine Muscat, which is like a green Japanese grape. Here's my potting setup where I mix my soils and things. I also moved them all out of the way because I mowed this morning. Here's some figs, and I'm sad to say that I am horrible at labeling things, so half of these are unlabeled, but I do have yellow longneck, petite negri, don't know what that one is, don't know what that one is. That's a Violet de Bordeaux. This one was one I rooted myself. See, I have a tag. 314 Logged Out. And then I have a Somerset Red grape, which is supposed to be a grape that has strawberry tones to it. So of course I had to have that. So that's my red grape. The Japanese one was my green. And this is my seedless Concord, because I like varieties of everything. So over here is kind of blackberry, raspberry alley. These are snowbank blackberries, which have never produced for me. I think those were trying to become fruit. We'll see what happens. But I haven't really fertilized any of my blackberries or raspberries this year because I've been more focused on my tropicals. But here's some red raspberries. These are my favorite fall golds. And again, they're not very big because I didn't fertilize this year. But you know what? They're still yummy. If you've never tried fall gold, you need to go find somebody that has them and try them. They are so much yummier than reds. And this is another variety of the yellow kind. They're called Anne, and they are just a pale, creamy yellow color. And they are sweet, like the fall golds. They're my favorite. So yeah, those are a couple of varieties for you guys. Yummy. Here are some Prime Arc thornless blackberry seedlings. So hopefully they'll grow next year. Here is a, what do you call it? Pineapple tomato. Here's a multi-grafted apple tree that's never really produced. And anything that's produced gets eaten up by bugs or squirrels and things. Oh, hey, there's actually fruit on here this year. Weird. Okay, maybe I'll bag these. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had no idea these were over here. Wow. So those are some red McIntosh. These are Gala apples. And there's one Somerset red apple too. Huh, okay, I'll bag those up. Here's a multi-grafted cherry, which I already ate what cherries were on here that the birds didn't eat. This was the Illinois Everbearing Mulberry, which I didn't care for, and I left it out to die, hacked it down, and look at that, it wants to grow. Yeah. This is normally Tomato Alley, but clearly it's kind of all grown over. Here is a, what is this, white beauty tomato, I think, beefsteak. Over here I have some kind of fuzzy kiwi, or maybe that's a kiwi berry too. This one is a prolific kiwi berry, and that's the other prolific kiwi berry. So I'm just gonna let them grow up this trellis. And on the other side here, I've got, oh, I forget what it's called. It's like sunrise yellow passion fruit. It's supposed to be an actual sweet passion fruit, not a sour one. And a bounty passion fruit. And then these are 2 different kinds of other passion vines with showy flowers. They're supposed to be like blue or pink or something. We'll find out later. Okay. Over here, I have unknown fig. Unknown fig. I know. I'm a disgrace. These ones are some of the skinnier cuttings that I received from Etsy or Fitbid. I have, the BNR has leaves. The CDD Mutant has leaves. That one does not, but I'm glad I have like multiples. The Borda Baraka. There's one with leaves. The other one looks kind of fried. Ooh, that looks fried too. What is that? Oh, Campaneri. That one doesn't look so good. But again, I think I have a double of that one too. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. Okay, so this Campaneri is good. I have a Margarita, which I think is a newer variety. Martinica Ramada. I think I accidentally knocked off the leaf that was on that one, but it looks like it's still alive. And then these 3 are one from a fella off of Etsy that says it's one that his dad brought over. Israeli 7. So I'll probably uppot those soon as I see roots coming out the bottom. This is a 3x3 raised bed that my husband built that I'm using as my melon bed. So I have sugar snaps in the back, and then there's green onions, and then the 2 dwarf tomatoes that I sowed on April 20th, along with my Trieste white zucchini and Genovese Italian zucchini. They were all seeded at the same time, April 30th. And I've got, this is the Silver Yamato, Dwarf Awesome, Dwarf Confetti. I'm trialing those this year. I've never done dwarf tomatoes before, and those are only supposed to get like 4 feet tall, but they're beefsteak tomatoes, which I'm excited about. And then I have a honey rock melon, a Charentaise, Tommy apple, Oliver's Pearl, and Leland sweet melon. So we'll see how those do. This is my columnar apple, which I got as a replacement for that other apple tree that didn't normally produce, but weirdly produced this year. These are neat because they were actually bred to grow as single column trees. And then they grow apples in clusters like this, just from the trunk. Is that not cool? I don't think I got very many on this one over here. Oh, I got one right there. So I have 3 varieties: columnar apple tree North Pole, columnar Golden Sentinel, and columnar Scarlet Sentinel. But holy cow, you guys, and these are full-size apples, so they will grow to full size. Here's another fall gold, because usually things that are my favorites I have multiples of. This is a pink lemonade blueberry. I have 2 of these as well. They don't get like an abundant crop, but I always get something every year on here. Then I have Duke and Chandler blueberries, and you guys, like, holy moly. I have so many blueberries this year. And I have to tell you, it's because of growing out the box. If you've ever seen his channel, he was the one that taught me how to get my blueberries to produce, because I grow all mine in containers, and for the first 3 years nothing was happening, even though I had like 12 varieties of blueberries. But it was from him that I learned the proper soil mix and how to feed them, although I have not fed them this year at all, so they're still running off of what I put into the pots last season. There's my other pink lemonade. But yeah, the Chandlers are just now starting to color up, but the ones that are ripening right now are my Dukes. Look at these, you guys. Like, okay, here's my hand. Here's my fingers. These things are humongous. They are just so many clusters. So many clusters that, look, the branches bend. Look at this. Look at the size of these berries. And there's like so many of them. So it's basically, I got my goal. I wanted so many berries that even if the birds or the squirrels got them, I had plenty to share. So it's crazy. Then I have this beautiful, I think it's called a red Daca banana. I don't expect to get bananas, I just like it because of the color. This is a plumeria. I forget the name of it, but it'll be neat when it finally produces flowers. Here is a dwarf Cavendish banana. Boy, I skipped over a lot when I went to the blueberries, huh? Here's my champagne currants. Ooh, they're so pretty, you guys. Don't they look like jewels? They really look like jewels. And they were really neat when they first flushed out with berries because they hang down just like grapes. But as you can see, birds have already been partaking. I don't know what they really taste like, actually. Ooh, they're just sweetening up. But they definitely have like a bitterness to them. Down here I got a couple different varieties of sugarcane. I couldn't tell you what kind. Oh my gosh, and I can't remember the name of the folks I got them from. It's a cool channel, and they have a little nursery. Oh, I'll put the name somewhere in the video. Here is another unnamed fig, you guys. It's either Ronde de Bordeaux or the Violet de Bordeaux. Here's some beautiful Shasta daisies. Look, Auntie Allie, I got flowers. And isn't that beautiful contrast? It's like creamy yellow with these purple things in the background. I don't know what they are, but I love them. They're perennials and they just come back. So I'm trying to put more flowers in my garden that are perennials, which means you plant them once and they come back every year because they help with pollination. But I really get lots of pollination anyways because of all my citrus in the garden. So we're about to go through all the citrus, you guys. Here is a variegated tiger navel, which is basically just a navel orange that has cool striping. See how pretty the leaves are? And then the fruits are striped too. Kind of like the panache tiger fig. And I love, love, love variegated stuff. I think I'll probably propagate stuff and maybe sell plants or cuttings in the future, and maybe I'll specialize in just variegated stuff because I really love variegated plants. Like this is my variegated caracara. So I have an actual caracara plant, which is this big one right here, my oldest and largest citrus tree, which is as tall as me. I'm 5'4". And the trunk, that's how wide the trunk is. But that's my caracara, who's about, let's see, 2022, so 4 years old. It gave me 30 fruits last season, and so good gardener, Calvin, I'm blaming you. I should have thinned the fruits last year, but I didn't. I kept all 30 because I was greedy, and Calvin told me to, so I blame him. But so I got all 30 fruits, and unfortunately, because I let them all grow, a lot of them, I just picked like the last 10 a couple weeks ago, and they still had kind of thick rinds, but the fruit inside tasted closer to a navel orange, because since it was a first crop, it was kind of didn't have all the lycopene built up in it, so still had like a pink hue to it and had a good sweetness to it, but it also had acidity like what you get with the navel orange, whereas a true Cara Cara has zero acidity. But anyways, so the tree's already putting on new flowers, and yes, there's some yellowing leaves, but it's not a big deal. But since I've been growing citrus for 5 years now, I know that leaves just go through a cycling phase. So my tree is healthy. I have lots and lots of new leaves and flowers and things, and the ones that are turning yellow are like the older leaves, and so when it comes to the new season, it'll draw nutrients from the older leaves to help provide for, you know, the newer leaves, and eventually they'll drop off. It's not a big deal. Now, if the entire tree was yellowing, then yeah, I'd worry, but it's all good. Anyways, this one is my Sanguino Vanilla blood orange. I have not had a fruit on here yet, but it's growing nicely. Here is a Moro Tarocco blood orange cross. So I took the best qualities of both and just crossed it, so I'm excited to get fruit on that eventually. Down here I have a Frostawari, which had another stem that broke off somehow recently. That was sad. Oh, since we're over here, my understory babies. Here's a Pingo de Mel Jaboticaba. That's a Scarlet Hybrid Jaboticaba and a Precoce Jaboticaba. So they just kind of hang out down here because they're more of understories plants that don't necessarily want full sun. So that's why they're nice and green and happy. Here is my Miwa or Mewa kumquat. It's the only kumquat I have, unlike Broke Farmer, who has a gazillion of them. I'm just not a fan of super tart stuff. So the Miwa kumquat is sweet skin and flesh, so that's why I have one of those. This here is a Densler white sapote. I've never had a white sapote before, but I blame Lionheart. Oh my gosh, what is his name? My gosh, I forget. I'll put that in the video somewhere too. But he was the one that told me I was missing out if I didn't grow a white sapote. So I have two of them now, thanks to him. I have Densler right here, and then I also have a Sue Belle over here, which I've also grafted a lemon gold onto. So there's a graft down there, and we're gonna cross our fingers that I didn't botch that, because I'm new to grafting too. Over here is a Bear's Lime, and I think I might actually get my first limes this year. I almost got rid of this thing because it has crazy thorns. Look at this. That's a thorn, you guys. That's like an 1.5-inch thorn, and there were thorns all over it, and I kept bumping into it like with my tush, and that hurts. So I almost got rid of it because I thought there was something wrong with it, because I knew that Bear's Limes were thornless. But come to find out that when lemons and limes and some other citruses are young, they will have thorns because that helps protect the trees. And then as they grow older and they're ready to start fruiting, they'll stop producing thorns. So if they get thorns, they get smaller and smaller until they're none. So fun fact for those of you who don't know about citrus. Here is another unnamed fig, and I guess it's a tissue culture. I didn't know anything about tissue cultures when I bought figs online, but I'm told that they grow weirdly down and out like that. So I don't know what variety that is. I don't know what variety this is either. I know. I'm gonna do better with the labeling, I swear. Here is my Kohala Longan. And if you saw my update from like, a little over 2 weeks ago, look, you guys, some serious growth. Ooh, noisy. Sorry, it's a neighbor. But look, you guys, I am so excited. All that growth on that Kohala Longan. And then here's my BQ Longan, the slowest one to do anything. And over here is my Sri Champu. Actually, this one has the least amount of growth, but hey, it's finally doing something. This is a sweet lemon because it would be cool to have a lemon that's sweet, right? What else over here? I got so much stuff, you guys. It really looks like a little jungle, doesn't it? This is a beautiful snapdragon, one of my mom's favorite flowers. My mom passed on. It's been quite a few years now. So I plant snapdragons in my garden in memory of her. And that is a perennial that comes back every year and grows so tall. And this is a flowering celery. And I just leave it because it's pretty and the pollinators like it. Oh, there comes the noise again. Here's my top polytunnel, which is basically empty right now, except for all my stuff. This is my Fuyujiro persimmon, and this guy is bigger than I expected. So he just wants to like grow and grow. I'm gonna have to do something about that because I like all my trees to be short, squat, and bushy. And he just wants to go super duper big. I mean, look, that limb goes on all the way over there. Here's another limb that goes all the way over there. Yeah, but in the same pot I have some dahlias. And look, this one's starting to bloom. There's like one dahlia that's starved of light, and I think I have a dahlia that, yeah, this one comes all the way up and over. That one's starting to bloom too. Over here is a nectarine, which is never fruited, but it looks nice and it doesn't really get peach curl like my other plants, so it's hanging out over there with a bunch of lilies that are about to bloom. Oh, neighbors. Got some lavender. This is my Brewster lychee or lychee. Look at all the growth, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about all that growth. Yay. And then this is my Mauritius lychee. Look at that. All that growth. Super awesome. Here's a Silas Wood sapodilla. I've never tried a sapodilla, but I heard it's good as well, so I got one of those. Here is a Kerry starfruit, which is a little unhappy with me because I couldn't figure out what what it wanted to grow well, and I think now I kind of figured it out. It wants sun, but it doesn't like wind. So I think it's good in this spot because it's putting on all kinds of new growth now. So thank you for forgiving me. This is a unknown fig that my husband's coworker gave me, which I'm probably going to get rid of. I think it's just like a standard Chicago hardy or something that's really common in my area, but I don't care for the figs at all. In fact, for the first 5 years I grew figs without knowing anything about figs, and they have that figgy taste that I do not like. So I almost got rid of all of them until I learned about berry figs. So last summer I tried a Violet de Bordeaux, and that flavor burst just blew my mind. So that's why I'm trying to get into figs this year, and I have like, I don't know, 20 plus varieties of cuttings that I'm trying to root right now. So anyways, this is a pomegranate. It's my Utah Sweet, and I see flowers. I see flowers. But I've also noticed I've had a lot of flowers, and I think squirrels and things pick them off. But yeah, I'm seeing flowers on here, you guys. Exciting. I also have, let's see, that's a variegated ginger. More Shasta daisies, and I got flowers back here that probably need sunlight. Back here, that's a cherry. I forget which two varieties are on there. Over on this side this is a big Stella fig in this pot, which I probably need to water. I often forget about it because, again, it was one of those figs I didn't know anything about, and I've never gotten to try one because anything that popped up was taken by squirrels. But now that I've learned that Stella is actually a decent variety, I think I'm going to air layer. I'm going to try my hand at air layering. So I'll probably air layer that and air layer this branch that's coming up as well, and then kind of start fresh with smaller trees. And then maybe, I don't know, give away some cuttings or sell some cuttings or do a little bit of both next season. This is my Saturn donut peach, which got a bad case of leaf curl this year, so just letting it have a year to recover. I've got garlic growing down here and some freesia flowers. Here's another unknown fig. This is a Sumo, one of my newer citrus, a Sumo or Decoupon Satsuma. Oh, so many sounds in the background, I'm sorry you guys. This is a Groomy Chama, which is like a cherry, I guess. So I'm excited to try that. This is my Okitsu Mandarin. Looks like it's trying to put on a couple flowers. And this is like the only one that something is attacking, because usually there's not much that bothers my citrus, but look at these. It's getting chewed to pieces. Some of the leaves are completely gone. So weird. Here's another variegated citrus. It is a variegated Calamondan / Calamansi, depending on where you're from. But I got little fruits on here. Now this one is tart, but I'm not getting it to eat. I'm getting it to use for tenderizing marinated meats and stuff, which is what it's used for. Tenderizing meats and used for like drinks and things. But that is just a gorgeous plant, you guys. Back here I've got a mini peach and a mini nectarine. They're the Pixie varieties. They got leaf curl as well this year, so I got no fruit on them, but it's okay. Sometimes they need a year to recover. This is my Oro Blanco. And look, I'm excited. Fruit, 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 fruit. And it looks like a nice tree, sturdy enough to hold fruit. Although I guess they get pretty big, so I don't know, we'll see. This is an unknown lime that was given to me and I kind of forgot about, so it's probably the most sickly one out of my bunch because I just got around to watering it yesterday. It was just kind of hidden back here. But anyways, that's, yeah, unknown lime. This is my Rio Red Grapefruit, and look, you guys, see that blush? I think we're about ready, especially since it feels kind of soft to the squeeze. So, but look at this. There's 3, 1, 2, 3 hanging there. There's one down here. And there's one back there. There's already a young one forming. There's a young one right there, and then there's other new fruits and flowers all over this. So their harvest period is February to June, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and harvest it so that the tree has time to recover and, you know, put some growth into the new babies. This is my Smith Red Blood Orange, and this guy is still greenish, so, and hard. So I'm just gonna hope that as it heats up, it'll start to change color, but boy, has it put on tons of flowers and more fruits all over. This is my Mexican Cream White Guava. Dropped all its leaves over winter, so it is just putting the leaves back on. Down here is my Cocoa Jujube. Right here is my Sugarcane Jujube. Back here is a Washington Navel Orange. And over here is a Kishu mandarin. Here is a black Suriname cherry. Here is an improved Myers lemon, which it has some lemons that are ready. They're kind of small because I only recently up-potted it. It needed more nutrients, and I should probably take off some of these fruits. But lemons are interesting because they fruit like all through the year. It's like a never-ending cycle, so yeah. Back here is a Shinseki Asian pear, which I just got bare root this year, so there's 0 fire blight on it, so I'm hoping next year maybe I'll get fruit. Here is another unnamed fig, but there's a fig on here. Look, 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 look. Look at that. So if we're going by shape of the fig, I think maybe it's my VDB, the Violet de Bordeaux. I don't know. Anybody knows about figs? Let me know what you think. This is my baby, which is a variegated pink lemon. I have yet to have a fruit on this because I almost killed it a couple years back when I didn't realize I had no drain holes at the bottom of the pot. So it's been recovering. Well, it recovered from that, and then the next year there was a caterpillar that overwintered and ate all my leaves, so it was pretty much barren all of last year. So over the winter and everything, it grew back all its leaves. But I think I see a little fruit, if that holds. Down here I got a red strawberry Cattleya guava, and then I have a yellow lemon strawberry guava. This is a Ponderosa lemon. My husband likes lemons because they're healthy for us. And this is I don't know which kind of banana this is. It died and it grew back, so we'll see. Here's another plumeria. This one actually has the name on it, so it's called Sparkle. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's a yellow plumeria, which should be beautiful. Then I have this it's called a cocktail tree. So it has cherries, Puget Gold apricot, frost peach, which did nothing, and Italian prune did nothing. In the back, hiding down here, there is an eggplant and some garlic, and also a couple leeks, which have flowered, and I just left them because, I don't know, I guess I don't use a lot of leeks in my cooking, so I just left the flowers there for interest. Over here, I have a Moore Park apricot, thanks to So Good Gardener. He was talking about putting one in, so I did as well, and it is leafing out. And structurally, I love it. I had it pruned to just 4 scaffolding branches, so now it's a cute little tree. Here is a Chojuro Asian pear, so that the Shinseki and the Chojuro can pollinate each other. Down here I've got some rhubarb with some thyme and rosemary and sage and stuff all growing in the same pot. Flowers and garlic everywhere. There's a pineapple guava, which has never fruited and probably never will unless I get it a partner. This is my Pakistan mulberry, and those are green. I had a whole bunch of fruits on here, and they all died when we had the frost on June 6th, you guys. Ugh, just made me so sad. This is the Thai dwarf mulberry, and the berries look so weird. They're like aliens. Oh. Here's one. That looks really gnarly and not appetizing. Oh, there's other ones down here. Okay, this one, oh, maybe it's ripe. Okay, it looks more like a blackberry at this stage. Okay, so let's try this, because I've never tried these guys. This is a Thai dwarf mulberry. Has a tartness to it. There's one. Oh, I probably shouldn't have tugged so hard. This is probably gonna be tart since it's got red on it. Kind of tart, kind of sweet. Like a watered down raspberry slash blackberry. Let me try one of the gnarly ones. Ooh, that one's sweet. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about those. Here is the white Pakistan. This is the one I was most excited about. It's supposed to have fruits the same as the other Pakistan, so they're supposed to be long like this, but they're actually supposed to be a light green. And they're supposed to be yummy, like honey sweet, like honeydew melon-ish, only even sweeter than that. Here is a loquat seedling. Anybody that watched my loquat tasting a few months back that I did with my friend Harold, we had a Yehuda loquats sent to be from my friend over in Texas, and these are a couple of the seedlings. And I guess they don't grow true to seed, so I'm letting 2 of them grow together, and we'll see what kind of fruit we get in a few years. My other loquats, they're looking sad. I only just up-potted them yesterday, so they should improve over the weeks. But one of them is a Shambhala, one of them is a Vista White. This one is a Big Jim, and the one back here is a Champagne loquat. But I didn't know much about them either, so I just learned more about them this year, and I will protect them better over the winter so that if they flower, I will actually get fruit. Here is another kind of white mulberry, but it's a different specimen. So instead of long berries, it has short ones, just like the Thai dwarf one, I guess. More like a raspberry or blackberry. Here is Jamaican sorrel, so Jamaican cranberry. Looking kind of sad and getting eaten up. And then I just got some flowers like hydrangea, peony, oh, this is like a gigantic jalapeno. Another peony. This one is a weeping Santa Rosa plum. So I like things that are a little bit different. It'll be my first plum because I don't have any plums in my garden. But I thought it would be neat to have it weeping, and when it flowers, it should be really, really pretty. My husband and I like things like weeping willows, so I thought something like this would be really neat. And here, doesn't look like anything, but there's an Atalfo mango seedling in there, or seed in there. So I'm gonna try to grow it as a seedling and then maybe graft onto it later. Peony, wisteria, papaya, 2 papayas. One is a red lady and one is a Caribbean red. Or not red lady. One is the sunset or sunrise slash strawberry solo, something like that. And then the other one is a Caribbean red. And then I have a Yuletide camellia. This is a white rose of Sharon. Oh no, it broke off. So that's a white rose of Sharon. This is a big pink rose of Sharon. Oh, flowers are starting to bud on it. And then I have a blue rose of Sharon. Because again, variety, you guys, and it's going to be so pretty when the colors come out. This is my Panache tiger. And look, you guys, I finally get figs. And then rose. A couple more figs. This is a Latarula. This is my Angelito that I got from Figgy Ed and Danny at My Fig Sticks. This is a Ooh La La avocado, bacon avocado, Jamaican strawberry, and another Jamaican strawberry. That's a yellow one. This is the red one. Here is a fruit punch mango, a Pickering mango, honey kiss mango, Glen mango, orange sherbet mango, another orange sherbet mango, lemon zest mango, gem avocado, Charwell avocado, and a Catalina avocado, and Parfionca pomegranate. And then over here are all my seedlings. So these are all grown from seed. These are a bunch of foxgloves, marigolds, pixie lupins, some what do you call them? Apple blossom snapdragons. And these are the rest of my fig cuttings. So I've got cherry cordial. It looks like it's starting to bud out. I-258, Azores Dark, Ponce Tresa, Peter's Honey, Thermalito, Cosme Manio is not doing anything yet. I really, really want that variety. CDD Blanca Negra, nothing yet. Martinenca Ramada, doing good. Borgesat Grise. And then I've got two Craven's Cravings. Neither one has done anything yet. Although I think I remember that one of them had a leaf and I think I accidentally knocked it off. And yeah, so that's what I got, you guys. So if you stuck around for the whole 46 minutes, thank you. And please give me a like. And yeah, just thank you for sticking around. And have a blessed day, y'all.